What's going on, everyone? John Gillen here with Silver Sound Guitar. This is part 2 in my series of organizing your practice time. So if you haven't checked out part 1, be sure to do that. This will kind of dovetail into that. And then, of course, be sure to check out all the other videos that are coming out in this series. So make sure you like, subscribe, all the fun things, leave a comment. Let me know if there are questions you guys have and all that other fun stuff. But let's jump into it. So last time I was talking a little bit about building a structure to your practice and writing stuff down, putting stuff in a log and knowing what you're going to practice. With that in mind, sometimes we don't have a whole lot of time. I get it, life gets busy. I've got a family, I got kids, I get it. Work, all those things can get in the way. And really all you want to do is play guitar. Sometimes it feels like a real chore to work on those chords, those arpeggios, those technique exercises, those scales. And you're like, man, it's just not fun. So what do? Honestly, find some stuff that's fun to play. Give you guys a little story here. Right as lockdown hit, things were really crazy for the studio. So for us, that meant myself and Mark, we spent a whole bunch of time making sure we could do things virtually, making sure the teachers could do things virtually, making sure all of our systems were in place. It was a lot of work. I probably worked more during that time than I did when we were in studio before then. So what I did though is I found myself realizing, like, I'm not playing guitar, and not only am I not really playing guitar for me, I'm not even having fun with the instrument anymore. So it just kind of dawned on me as I was listening to some music throughout the day, and I went, you know what? I've always wanted to learn this lick. It's not a hard one, but it was an intro to a song, and I just picked it up, and I said, okay, you know what? I'm just going to do that today. And that's what I want to get to you guys. Really, if we just think about, let's say, 10 songs maybe, and it could be a riff, it could be an intro, a lick, a chord progression. Ideally, even something that's not terribly difficult to play. The thing is sometimes it's hard to get into those really esoteric things of looking at, you know, your scales and then figuring out, like, what are the modes of those scales and how do I use them, and then what are the chords that work over this? And sometimes that kind of sucks the joy out of it. Obviously, getting those things down can give us a world of creative options, but sometimes the learning process kind of sucks. And so with that in mind, what I want to encourage you to do is, for something fun, and maybe it's something you tack on at the end of your practice, but honestly, if life is busy, forget everything else, all the other stuff that you're working on, go ahead and drop it for a minute. Give yourself a few days, a week, 2 weeks, whatever. While things are busy, pick 10 things. Write them down. You've got your little practice log, a journal, something. Write those 10 riffs, 10 chord progressions, whatever it is, 10 songs that you want to learn. And what you're going to do is you're just going to take those 10 or 15 minutes that you may actually have. We can all probably find about 10 minutes and figure out what we want to do with that, right? And so what we'll do is we'll write it out, and then you're just going to tick those boxes, check it, make it work, and see what you can do, okay? So that's going to be really the goal. The essence of this is find a couple of things that are exciting. Find some things that are going to bring joy back into your playing, and just focus on that for a while. It only takes 10 minutes. Log it, write it down, because that's part of what we're doing here, and you're still going to be making progress. Even if it's not a hard lick, even if it's not something that's super difficult, but you can chunk it up. Hey, your hands are on the instrument, you're making progress 10 or 15 minutes at a time, and if you do it every day, that's really where you start to see those incremental gains. So I just want to say, I want to encourage you guys right now, because I understand life is busy. Keep it up, doing great, keep that practice routine going, and I will catch you guys on the next one.